The movie has just ended, but something feels strange inside the theater. 4 people are still sitting in their seats, and at first glance, 3 of them appear to be asleep, but one person isn't sleeping at all. Look closely at their faces, hands, and the objects around them. Can you figure out who is actually dead? Person B is dead because he isn't just asleep. Their limp hand has dropped a phone without any reaction. The others show normal sleeping or awake behavior, making B the only one who appears lifeless. A small restaurant suddenly fills with smoke, and 4 customers rush outside after a fire breaks out in the kitchen. Everyone claims they were simply eating when the fire started. But one tiny detail proves someone was much closer to the flames than they're admitting. Customer C has fresh black soot smeared across one sleeve, even though the other customers were sitting far away from the kitchen. The soot suggests C was close to the fire before joining the others outside, revealing that C is the arsonist. 3 friends are relaxing at a forest campsite after a long hike. They're chatting and enjoying the peaceful surroundings, but one of them has no idea that danger is hiding just inches away. Look carefully at the ground around their feet. Can you figure out who is in danger? Hiker A is the one in danger. A venomous snake is coiled in the grass right beside A's boot, with its head pointed toward their foot. The other 2 hikers are safely away from the snake and haven't noticed the threat. You think you can solve them all? Then don't leave yet. Subscribe and see if you can make it to the final puzzle. 4 friends are sitting down for dinner when something feels slightly off. Everyone seems normal at first, but one person isn't quite human. Look carefully at the mirror behind them. Can you figure out who the vampire is? Person D is the vampire. Everyone else has a clear reflection in the mirror, but D is completely missing from it. A late-night train ride has left almost everyone asleep. At least, that's what it looks like. One passenger is only pretending to sleep while secretly watching what's happening around them. Can you spot who is faking it? Passenger B is faking sleep. Their sunglasses are slightly lowered, revealing open eyes underneath, while their hands remain tense instead of relaxed. Passengers A and C are genuinely asleep in comfortable positions. The campfire has almost burned out, and 4 friends are sitting around the campsite after a long night of hiking. At first glance, 3 of them look like they're asleep, but one of them isn't sleeping. Look carefully at their posture, clothing, and the small details around them. Can you figure out who is actually dead? Camper A appears to be asleep like Camper B and Camper C, but there's one important difference. A's hiking boot has slipped off, revealing 2 tiny puncture marks on the ankle, and the bite marks reveal that A is the one who is dead. 3 employees are working late in the office. Everything seems perfectly ordinary, but one of them isn't actually human. Look carefully at their clothing and posture. Can you figure out who the robot is? Employee C is the robot. A small tear in C's sleeve reveals metallic wires underneath. 4 friends are enjoying dinner together, and each person has a freshly served drink, but one drink has been poisoned. The poisoner is still sitting at the table, and one suspicious detail can expose them. Can you figure out who it is? Guest B is the poisoner. While the other guests have already taken sips from their drinks, B's glass remains completely full and untouched. 3 campers are relaxing outside their tents after sunset. Everything seems peaceful, but something dangerous has quietly entered the campsite. One camper is much closer to the hidden threat than the others. Can you spot who is in danger? Camper C is in danger. A large bear is hiding in the trees directly behind C's tent. The bear is partially concealed by the darkness and bushes, making it easy to miss. Hold on! You're watching this far and you're still not subscribed? Hit that subscribe button right now. 4 suspects are questioned about where they were at 9 p.m. Everyone gives a confident alibi, but one person's story doesn't match the evidence. Look carefully at the clock, the weather, and what each suspect is carrying. Can you figure out who is lying? Suspect C is lying about their alibi. C claims they were outside at 9 p.m., but heavy rain is visible outside, while C's clothing and umbrella are completely dry. The wedding reception has gone late into the night, and the guests are beginning to get tired. 4 guests are sitting around the reception hall. 2 look like they're asleep, while another appears to have simply fainted, but one of them is actually dead. The clue is easy to miss. Look carefully at their hands, faces, and the objects around them. Guest B appears to have simply fallen asleep in their chair, but their champagne glass has slipped from their hand and shattered on the floor, while their hand remains completely limp. 2 pairs of twins are standing together for a photo, and at first glance, everyone looks completely normal. But one person isn't actually the real twin they're pretending to be. There's one tiny detail that gives them away. Can you spot the doppelganger? Person D is the doppelganger. D looks almost identical to their twin, but there's one small inconsistency. D is wearing their watch on the opposite wrist. That tiny difference reveals that D isn't the real twin. 4 customers are browsing a busy clothing store, and everything seems normal. But one shopper is walking toward the exit with something they haven't paid for. The evidence is hiding in plain sight. Can you figure out who the shoplifter is? Customer C is the shoplifter. C has a noticeable bulge in their coat pocket that has the shape of folded clothing, while their hand is partly covering the pocket. The other customers have their purchases openly in bags or baskets. The bulging pocket reveals that C is hiding something they haven't paid for. 4 friends pose for a group photo, and everyone appears to be smiling. But one person's smile isn't genuine. Look closely at their eyes and mouth. Can you figure out who is faking a smile? Person C is faking a smile. C's mouth is curved upward, but their eyes remain tense and expressionless. The other 3 people have natural-looking smiles that reach their eyes. A group of swimmers is enjoying a sunny afternoon at a beach resort. Everyone is having fun, but something dangerous is moving silently through the water. Only one swimmer is close enough to be in immediate danger. Can you spot who it is? Swimmer B is in danger. A shark fin is barely visible in the water directly behind B, moving toward them. The other swimmers are farther away and haven't noticed the threat. The hidden fin behind B reveals who is in immediate danger. How many puzzles did you solve correctly? Let us know your score in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and come back for even more observation challenges.